Scott Scherger, PGA head golf professional at Gold Canyon Resort, is the recipient of the Merchandiser of the Year Award for Resort Facilities. He earned his first PGA head golf professional position in 1994 at Carmel Mountain Ranch Country Club in San Diego, and was instrumental, due to his passion for merchandising, for record-setting revenue for the resort, and was recognized for his accomplishments. He has been at Gold Canyon for over 20 years, and recently the golf shop underwent a major renovation and expansion that resulted in a dramatic increase in merchandise sales. His unique and creative merchandising techniques can be found throughout the 36-hole facility, including his recent implementation of a new Dinosaur Mountain logo for the resort. Ladies and gentlemen, the Southwest PGA Merchandiser of the Year for Resort Facilities, Scott Scherger.
What inspired you to take up golf as a career? Was it playing? Was it the business that attracted you to it? What was your journey to get to where you're at?
Well, I grew up in Montana, in a little town, about 7,000 people in eastern Montana, and was always good at athletics. Mm-hmm. And a couple of my friends took me out on a golf course. We had a 9-hole golf course in town. Took us out on the course, and we played 9 holes, and I did really well, and they were surprised at it. And I went home and told my dad, and he thought it was the silliest game in the world. And he said, if you're gonna, take up this sport, I want you to start right. And so he got me hooked up with some lessons from the local PGA professional, and I just loved it. And I knew from that point, I think I was 12 years old, that is what I wanted to do. And probably like many in this room that started out. So graduated from high school, went to college in Montana for a couple of years. There were no golf teams at that time. And came back after that and said, I really want to pursue this. Mm-hmm. So I went to the San Diego Golf Academy and graduated in 1986 and wanted, golf to be part of my life, and knew that it would be the business part of it that I would try to excel at.
Awesome. Well, so you were in San Diego for a bit at Carmel Mountain Ranch Country Club, right?
Correct.
Okay, and this isn't your first merchandising award. You had record-setting revenues at that club. In merchandise sales, you were obviously very instrumental in that. Where did your passion for merchandising come from?
It was probably with the first person that I worked with, John Combs, mm-hmm. who was a mentor of mine. Right. As I was going to the Golf Academy, I worked part-time at the resort there. Started out picking range balls, got upgraded to player service. 3 months later, there was a spot in the golf shop, and John, asked me to come in part-time. And he's the one that really kind of got me down that path. And so would have meetings with reps and talk about clothing. And San Diego was a mecca for, the golf industry, really. You had Cobra and Titleist and TaylorMade and Ashworth and all these upcoming companies that were there. So I really learned a lot from him.
Sure. There's many different aspects, obviously, from having a successful merchandise operation. What is your philosophy, especially with a large resort that you're at now? What's your philosophy behind your success in your merchandising operation?
I think it comes down to 2 things. Know your customer, number one, and hire good people. And our merchandiser that's been there, Diane Beach, is here. She's been with me for over 20 years and does an awesome job. We bounce ideas back and forth, and it's really a team effort. It really is.
Awesome. So you, at Gold Canyon, from my understanding, your creativity gave you the lead to redesign a new logo at Gold Canyon. How impactful has that logo been on that operation?
It was huge.
Was it?
Yeah, we have 2 golf courses. Each has a different name. We branded them back in '98 when the resort, when I got there.
Yeah.
We named one course Sidewinder, which runs through the valley, and the other course Dinosaur Mountain, that kind of winds around this monument called Dinosaur Mountain. And over the years, people used to come in and say, hey, you know, do you have anything with your Dinosaur Mountain logo on it? And so we got to thinking, and Diane and I went to the drawing board and started writing this up with a couple of reps and introduced it to them, and they drew it up, and we thought, okay, we're going to start out kind of small. We'll put it on a logo ball to start off with, and those things sold like hotcakes. Then we started putting them on accessories, ball markers, divot tools, towels, and caps just went off the charts. So yeah, it was very impactful.
Awesome. You know, one of the hardest things is, as a male golf professional, trying to set up a golf shop is buying for ladies. I've been in the business for 20 years. Obviously, to get the Merchandiser of the Year award, you've got to be successful with both men and women's apparel. What is the secret as a man in the business trying to buy the right merchandise for the women?
Well, again, you know, ladies are tough. You know, sorry, ladies, but it's we dedicate a lot of space in our golf shop to ladies.
Important. Yeah.
And we try to have the right mix, and it comes back to knowing your customer again too. And the fashions are changing so quickly. We allocate a lot of space for it. We've been very fortunate to have been a gem winner, which the Arizona Golf Association puts out, which the women of the Arizona Golf Association vote for. And we've won that award almost every year. So.
And you said you have Diane here, right?
Diane Beach.
So we all need a Diane to be as successful as
she's
you
a
are.
rock star, I'm telling you.
That's awesome. Is anyone else here tonight you'd like to recognize or thank for your success?
Yeah, I mean, my
Or not
wife,
here.
Shelley, is here, but I've got a great team at the resort, too, that is behind this. I've got one person that's been there for almost as long as I have, for 22 years. So you create some continuity, you know, together.
Well, I've always been a believer that one of the fun aspects of playing the game is dressing the game, and that's why what you do is, it's why what we all do is so important. But I congratulate you for excelling in your creativity in the new logo and finding your niche to make an impact at your operation doing that. And
Thank you.
I may be calling you down the road picking your brain because that's a tough part of the business. So
Yeah.
congratulations on your success.
And another, you know, when Michael had mentioned that we went through a major renovation, which hadn't happened for 20 years, where we actually tripled the size of the golf shop, changed the patterns from the front door to the counter, and that made a huge difference, you know, where our shop sales were up 23% last year.
Right.
So, yeah, it's been
A
fun.
clean slate with your creativity sounds like a winning combination. So.
Well, it's
Well,
been a
good
good
job.
ride.
Well deserved on the award, and
Thank you, Jamie.
good luck with your success moving forward in that shop.
I appreciate it.
All right, buddy.